Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tonight we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Saquon Barkley, and some room to maneuver. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And the offensive starters for Tennessee.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. King. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here are the Browns for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. King. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the run, it's Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the last play a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Freeman. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's King, looking to throw on 2nd down. Completes it to Hardman.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
25 yards there on the catch and run. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. King now, throwing again. That's caught left side by Hardman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the 1st half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. To throw is King. Throwing on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes going to throw. That's complete. It's Corey Clement. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Clement, 81 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Right there. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Now King on first down, trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. This is Barkley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back to throw. King. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we are at halftime here. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They're going to run the draw here with Clement. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Called out a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
First down, Titans, gain of 12. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
17 yards on that play for the Titans. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they... And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his second touchdown of the night. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's second down. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sport. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
He's checking. Crash. Check.
Now Mostert. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
You touchdown, Titans! A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks.
And he's going to go down again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it? And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
They can't stop it. They cannot.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, he'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check 24, check 24.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got Curse.
So that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Crunch time, defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. That one caught by Ellison. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Check Mike.
One final try from Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Tennessee, their winning ways continue. Year.